Kevin Stefanski's arrival in Atlanta marks a turning point for a franchise that has been searching for identity, direction, and offensive clarity for much of the past decade. After being fired by the Cleveland Browns, Stefanski has been named the new head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, a move that immediately signals intention rather than reaction. This is not a flashy hire. It is a deliberate one. For the Falcons, this decision is about resetting the foundation of the organization, not chasing quick fixes or short term buzz. Stefanski brings with him a reputation built on structure, preparation, and offensive design, qualities Atlanta has lacked consistency in as it cycled through philosophies and leadership styles. To understand why this hire matters, you have to look at both sides of the equation, where the Falcons are as a franchise and where Stefanski is as a coach. Atlanta enters this new era in a state of transition. The team has moved on from the shadow of its previous identity, an offense once defined by star power and high volume passing, and is now trying to establish something sustainable. In recent seasons, the Falcons have struggled to marry scheme with personnel, often appearing caught between rebuilding and competing. That limbo has been costly. Stefanski is being brought in to end that uncertainty. His coaching philosophy has always centered on clarity, clear roles, clear expectations, clear systems. He is not known as an improvisational play caller who lives on chaos. He is known as someone who believes offense works best when players understand exactly what is being asked of them and why. That belief shaped his rise in the league. Before becoming a head coach, Stefanski built his reputation as an offensive coordinator who valued balance. His best offenses combined a strong run game, disciplined play action, and timing based passing concepts designed to simplify reads for quarterbacks. When executed properly, those systems reduce mistakes and create efficiency rather than spectacle. That approach is particularly appealing for a team in transition. In Cleveland, Stefanski's tenure was complicated. There were moments of success, stretches where his offense looked cohesive and effective, and times when expectations were legitimately high. But there were also inconsistencies, injuries, roster turbulence, and pressure that mounted quickly in an environment defined by urgency. Ultimately, the Browns decided to move on. Being fired is now part of Stefanski's resume, and it cannot be ignored. But context matters. Cleveland's situation was volatile, shaped by constant roster turnover and expectations that shifted faster than stability could form. While results fell short, the experience gave Stefanski something many coaches only gain later: perspective. For Atlanta, that matters more than a spotless record. The Falcons are not hiring Stefanski to be a savior, they are hiring him to be an architect, someone who can design an offense that players grow into rather than constantly react to, someone who can establish habits that persist beyond one season. This hire suggests patience. Stefanski's age and experience place him at an interesting crossroads. He is no longer an untested rising star, but he is also far from the end of his coaching life. That balance positions him well for a rebuild that requires credibility without rigidity. Atlanta is betting that his second opportunity as a head coach will be informed by lessons learned rather than expectations unmet. Another critical piece of this move is staff construction. Stefanski has long been respected for his ability to assemble collaborative coaching staffs. His next few months will be defined by coordinator hires, position coaches, and the overall philosophy he installs. Those decisions will reveal whether this tenure leans toward continuity with his past or evolution beyond it. That evolution will be essential. The NFL has changed rapidly. Defensive schemes are faster and more complex. Offensive success requires adaptability as much as discipline. Stefanski's ability to blend structure with flexibility will determine how far Atlanta can go under his leadership. Roster evaluation is the next phase. The Falcons are not devoid of talent, but they are not a finished product. Stefanski's offenses historically perform best when personnel decisions align with system design. That means evaluating players not just on athleticism, but on fit, reliability, and decision making. Quarterback development will be central. Stefanski's reputation as a quarterback friendly coach is one of the reasons Atlanta targeted him. His systems aim to reduce cognitive overload, allowing quarterbacks to play faster and more confidently. Whether the Falcons' long term answer is already on the roster or still to be found, Stefanski's influence will shape that outcome. There is also a cultural component to this hire. Atlanta is not seeking drama. They are seeking professionalism. Stefanski is not a coach known for sound bites or bravado. His style is measured, internal, and process driven. That tone can stabilize locker rooms and align organizations, but it also demands buy in. This is where trust will matter. Players respond to coaches who are consistent, who say what they mean and do what they say. Stefanski's success in Atlanta will depend on whether he can establish that trust quickly, especially with veterans who have seen multiple coaching regimes come and go. The Falcons' front office appears prepared to give him that runway. Unlike teams that hire coaches under immediate pressure to win, Atlanta's messaging suggests a longer view. This is about building an offense and culture that can sustain multiple seasons, not just survive one. That distinction separates rebuilds from resets. For Stefanski, this job represents reinvention. He now carries the benefit of experience without the burden of novelty. He understands the realities of being a head coach. He has faced criticism, he has managed expectations, and he has lived through the consequences of instability. That lived experience can sharpen leadership. The skepticism surrounding this hire is real, but it is also expected. Second chance coaches are often judged more harshly, especially when fan bases crave something new and untested. But Atlanta appears comfortable absorbing that skepticism in exchange for clarity. This is not a gamble on potential, it is a calculated bet on process. Kevin Stefanski is stepping into a franchise that needs direction more than drama, structure more than slogans, and patience more than promises. Whether he succeeds will depend on execution, adaptability, and alignment from top to bottom. What is clear now is that Atlanta has chosen intention over impulse. Kevin Stefanski is not being asked to rescue the Falcons overnight. He is being asked to build something that lasts.